Bunyunaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing these crimes, report them immediately.
I'm Pauline.
And I'm Peter.
We host the Traffic Jam Show on City FM.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Do the right thing.
In this bulletin, business climate remains uncertain. PM inspects rehabilitation sites. And most school repairs complete.
From the studios of FBC Suva.
The Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation says while spending has boded well for the economy during the festive season, there is still uncertainty ahead. The Federation, through its Fiji Forward Roundtable discussions, is engaging successful business people from overseas to guide local counterparts and maneuver the COVID-19 challenges. Chief Executive Kameni Batiweti says there is no knowing how 2021 will pan out.
2021, as I alluded to earlier, is an unknown animal right now. We will know at the end of the first quarter what the rest of the year may look like.
The majority of schools in the northern divisions have been repaired after sustaining damage in tropical cyclone Yasa. Education Minister Rosie Akbar says only Lekutu Secondary School remains as no one has adopted the school as yet. A number of buildings in the school sustained severe damage, and Akbar says while they have set up learning shelters, tents are not comfortable learning spaces. She adds there are not enough options available.
Number of school buildings have been devastated by TCASA, and they are not in a position to be fixed very quickly. Any fix that we want to do to the buildings, we want to make sure that the structures are strong enough to hold the children. We do not want to just quickly fix buildings where the strength of the building is no longer there. Prime
Minister Vurenge Bainimarama yesterday visited the Australian Defence Force base at the Mbakana jetty in Lekutumbua. The visit allowed the Prime Minister to brief on the ADF providing clean and safe drinking water for cyclone-affected homes in Mbua. Eleanor Turangevu has more.
The Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama greeting and thanking these Australian Defence Forces personnel for their assistance.
The assistance they've rendered to the people of Fiji in this time.
Mbakana jetty is a temporary specialized emergency purification plant that desalinates seawater and turns it into drinking water. It's operated by the Australian Defence Forces personnel.
It can fit 136,000 litres. Yep. At the moment we've probably got about 90,000 litres because we've been delivering trucks there. We had about 9 trucks already this morning.
The water produced is supplementing the supply being carted by the Water Authority of Fiji to the cyclone-affected schools and communities in Mbua.
On total on site we can do 196,000 litres stored. We've been delivering about 8 to 10 trucks a day.
Already, the ADF trucks have delivered 670,000 litres of water to the affected communities. Eleanor Turangevu, FBC News.
The shortage of vegetables and root crops after tropical cyclone Yasa is an issue in the Lambasa market. Vendors say it's the first time that they have experienced such a shortage. Some suppliers are going all the way to Singatoka to buy produce on a weekly basis to help meet the growing demands. Vendors have highlighted the issue to the Agriculture Minister, Dr. Mahendra Reddy, who visited them yesterday.
Yeah, it's really affecting us because when the people from outsiders they give in a high price, and sometimes we don't have vegetables to sell.
I'm traveling now just because of short supply of these vegetables. So I'm helping the vendors here and my farmers the other side.
We started facing the shortage 2 weeks ago. Sometimes we had to go and buy our vegetables from Nosori, sometimes from Suva. It's really affecting us.
The popular Gold FM rock market will be around for another 3 years after Fijian Broadcasting Corporation signed an agreement with Knox Entertainment. Organizer Elena Kaloni Singer says the market has increased by 50% since last year as more home-based businesses are taking up space. Kaloni Singer says the rock market has attracted vendors from as far as Nandi and Sabu Sabu, while there is also a huge waiting list for vendors waiting to join. The first rock market for this year is on Sunday.
So since COVID, we've seen a lot of markets pop up around Fiji, but the rock has managed to hold its own in the marketplace. It's unique, it's different. We have a beautiful bunch of vendors.
And we boast about the fact that this is the first market of its kind in the country and the longest as well. And it has grown over the years.
U.S. President Donald Trump will go down in history as the first president to be impeached twice during his term in office. The U.S. Congress this morning voted to impeach Trump over a charge of incitement of insurrection for his role in last week's deadly riot in the U.S. Capitol that claimed 5 lives. Hot on the heels of this development, the city of New York has cut ties with a millionaire businessman. Up ahead, Fiji Archery misses the mark, and new players start training with Suva.
Oira na ngone no de nunu ena be singe ni mataka.
Mersusunga da kena loma dina kena mikron.
Sakena ngau na mitaro bina no rabaksa ngai ka pala loma taki na ngone. Dala bina oya o meliki.
Bulre oya o Samuel Samuli.
Nama ki rau ena be mataka.
Moniti kena pakarombuka.
Ni wai tiri kalima na miniti me ono kina tiri na kaloko. Ena Radio Fiji One na ndomo ibiti.
Inau kina na mataka. Dan ramai na singabo.
The Oceania Archery Championship and Continental Qualifying Tournament to be held in Fiji has been cancelled. World Archery Oceania has made the call after Australia and New Zealand pull out of the tournament. This is due to the difficulties caused by travel restrictions, border closures, and long quarantine processes. Archery Fiji President George Fong says while the cancellation is unfortunate, it was a decision they were expecting.
We knew this was a possibility that it might happen. And what that means for the Olympic quota spots that were up for grabs, those will be returned to the world body and they will be reassigned to Oceania countries that have not currently received quota spots.
Former South Auckland Rangers footballer Ivan Kumar has been secured by Suva in the pre-season transfer window. Kumar is back home after a stint with the New Zealand-based club last year. The 23-year-old, who also featured for the Fiji under-23 team, is eager to get back on the pitch for the capital city side. Ivan Kumar is hoping to impart what he has learned in New Zealand base to his teammates.
South Auckland Rangers was a good team which I was in, and I always learn a lot from different kind of teams. So it was a good experience, but because of COVID, rounded off in New Zealand, and then we couldn't finish our league.
Switching to professional boxing was a walk in the park for Nathaniel Singh. Undefeated since switching, Singh will fight Ronald the Terminator Naidu in the first South Pacific boxing promotion of the year. Taking up his 4th professional fight, Singh says he is ready for the challenge against the former welterweight champion. Singh is confident of winning the match that will be held on March 20th at Prince Charles Park.
I'm actually looking forward to give Fiji. I'm being underestimated in this fight, so I'm pretty much looking forward to give Fiji a big surprise. I'm looking for a knockout victory within the first 4 rounds.
The impact of COVID-19 on international sports is growing with the NBA under new strict protocols, while calls are going for English football to be suspended with the country in lockdown. A trough of low pressure lies to the southwest of the group. Associated cloud and showers expected to affect the southwestern parts of the country. That's FBC News now. Join us at 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. For news you can trust, get the facts from FBC's TV, radio and digital news at fbc.com.fj. Take care and good afternoon.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही है।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हम सफर। शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो FIJI 2 देश की धड़कन पर।